Now for the first address of HREA's new president, Mrs. Courtney Johnson-Rose.
Good evening. I would like to first say that I am extremely honored and blessed to serve as president of this wonderful and historic organization. I want to thank Bill Petrie for his service again. Fantastic job as president. Let's thank him one more time. As HREA celebrates 62 years of existence, the question might be asked, and it has been asked, particularly by those in my generation, the 20-somethings, the 30-somethings, those post-civil rights movements babies, the ones that didn't go through the struggle. They might ask, why is there still a HREA, a Realtors? Furthermore, why is there still the NAACP and the Urban League? I think many of our organizations, particularly Black organizations, are going through an evolution period. HREA, like many other organizations, NAACP, Urban League, was formed around the civil rights movement for the need for equality and inclusion for Blacks. And now that that goal has been met, for the most part, our role as organizations has to change and evolve. I see this being true for the Houston Real Estate Association. Realtors can now become Realtors. This has been true for the past 30 or 40 years. I think this is a wonderful and fabulous thing. But I still think that there is a valuable role that only Realtors can play in our communities. And I want to mention a couple of things that actually display this. Currently, only 47% of African Americans own their home. And until that number is 80 to 100%, there is still work for the Realtors to do. In the past 2 years, African Americans have foreclosed on their homes in a disproportionately higher rate than any other ethnic group. There's still work for Realtors to do. Black professionals, us, people who sell real estate for a living, we earn significantly less in this field than our counterparts do. There is still work for the Realtors to do. Since 1984, the wealth gap between whites and Blacks has quadrupled. Stats also go on to say that most Americans' wealth is in their home equity. So if we can increase the percentage of African Americans who own their homes, then we can decrease the wealth gap between African Americans and whites. There's still work for Realtors to do. This last one I want to mention really touches me as a mother and a parent. And it's that children who grow up in single-family homes versus multi-family and apartment dwellings tend to feel more stable and settled. And because of that, they even do better in school and are more likely to go on to college. There is still work for Realtors to do in 2011. Through HREA's pre-homeownership classes, our foreclosure prevention counseling, our monthly lunch and learns, our quarterly MCE classes, our first Friday's Habitat for Humanity projects, through our financial literacy classes provided through the Women's Council of HREA, we can help educate our communities and ourselves. Our theme this year is Realtors, impacting our communities through leadership, education, and resources. But the key word to that theme is impacting. My goal as president is to make sure that HREA is impactful and that we are effectively affecting the communities that we serve. In your souvenir journals, you will see HREA at a glance. That's a calendar of events for the year. Plug them into your iPhone, iPad, iPod, whatever you end up using. And plan to join us. If you are a member, we thank you for your membership. We ask you to renew. If you are not a member, we invite you to join us on this journey to improve our communities, one homeowner and one family at a time. To help the families save their home. To help Blacks build wealth through real estate. To help an African American child do better in school. That's what Realtors do in 2011. I invite you to join us as we advocate for democracy and housing. I invite you to join us as we impact our communities through leadership, through education, through resources. I thank you for coming tonight to support HREA, and thank you for the opportunity to serve as your president.